following along, this is part 3 actually that I've done. We played Stanley Parable, the beginning of the game, the second part. This game has just a bunch of twists and turns and all a bunch of clickety splat. Let's get into the game. Begin the game. Never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. Is loading. Never. Okay. Alright. You guys get it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, again?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building.
Oh, there's blue balloons this time.
Number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
To be honest with you guys, that'd be a pretty easy job in my opinion. Like, all you gotta do is just push buttons you gotta push the shift button. I think the screen's set for 35 minutes, etc. Like, different buttons for so many minutes or so many times. That seemed like a pretty good job. I'd be pretty happy doing that job as well.
Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alrighty. So this time in this video, now we did 1 and 2, 2 different versions, 2 different paths. This is now our 3rd, 4th, I believe. I'm so confused still. I'm starting to love this game. It's really crazy how this stuff happens. Now there's balloons in the office. If you look at part 1 and part 2, there was no balloons, and part 2, there was a different route that I took it was the same route that I took in part 1 towards the end, but now it was like an alternate route. So let's see what this one has in store.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I did not pick up those balloons though, just so you guys know. I said get well soon someday. Huh. Oh, wait a minute. Bro, the bucket! No way! The bucket was in the second video. Or part 3, I can't remember. I'm actually losing track now. This is Stanley the Parable 2. And I can't go this way now. I can't actually go around. It's more like this is another exhibit. Okay.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it? Stanley picked up the bucket.
Okay, picked up the bucket. I feel like I shouldn't have that. Well, that door that said new content is no longer there. Yeah, I still don't get this. I get the dimension now. I had a little brain fart.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
See, again, if you haven't been following along with those videos, I've done this one before. I have went through that door. I went through that door, different parts, different sections. killing me. Which one do I go through? Okay, we'll get to the one on the left.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
I had Fallout 3 vibes from that. Once you play Fallout games, especially the older ones, as soon as you hear a certain sound, that's all you can think of. Broom closet.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
It's my bucket now, loser.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I don't know if I'm ready for this ending yet. That's the thing. Like, see, I've done this one before.
His manager's office, Stanley
Both
was
of
once
them.
again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation,
See, I have no idea what's going to happen now because this is now the sequel. So maybe the choices will be different. That's why I really want to play this game multiple times. Like, I don't know, like for video wise, maybe I might just do the endings or different routes. I have no clue because this is like, it's like a Rubik's Cube pretty much. Like, this is how you can do this is how you can do that, and then you get the end result. If you're smart enough, I guess.
Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos.
I remember the code, but I don't remember it now.
The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I guess. Okay, yeah, well, I've been through this way before. There was an ending to like an almost like an apocalyptic event. So we'll see how this one pans out, being that this is the part 2 of the Stanley Parable. Loading.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be...
I want to get back up! I want to get back
The
up!
bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Will everything be fine? Well, there.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Yes, it's escape. I took that way earlier, and yeah, you restart. I can't remember actually if you restart. We're just going to keep going straight. We're going to go through with this.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's mind.
Makes you wonder. Have I been through all these places?
No. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter.
Oh, squeezed it tight.
The entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Except for the bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
Yep.
They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Yep. I bet this is how this game is probably giving us a message about the Illuminati. And they're being very naughty as we speak.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Yep, turn it off. I'll see, last time I turned it on, and everything just went to crap. Like, I had a basically self-destruct, is what it was.
The bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to...
Ruh-roh.
Wait, what was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't
Good.
Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Never the end is never the end is never the end is loading. To be in darkness forever? Weesh! You might as well just go to hell. So we gotta do this all over again, hey?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, that's actually completely different now. You guys see this? Oh, jeez. Yep, yep. Never seen this way before. Yeah, completely opposite. Well, at least it took us to that room.
To a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't know. I think we're moving this way.
Through the maintenance section, walk straight ahead to the opposite door.
We've already went down there.
On track.
So what could be different? We'll just get back on track, just like he says.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, we don't have the bucket this time, so
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Maybe it'll be different this time when we do that. What if we go in here?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the key... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Jeez.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
We don't have the bucket this time, so it surely is slightly different. Not much, but it is. Jeez.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Now you see, I wonder what would happen
the lights rose on an enormous room packed
if we try going through up there again.
What horrible secret did this place
like we did in part 1.
Did he have the strength?
If it takes us back to the office. Because I don't know if it is or if it's not, but if so, we're going to try going back up there again onto that platform just to see what would happen.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
274. That's us, ain't it? Yep, I think so. I don't know.
This
Can't remember.
mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
We'll go with off again. And like I said, if it takes us back to that first part, I want to try going up to the... But I don't know. I feel like that's going to be the ending because we don't have the bucket this time. And it might just let us beat the game. I'm not sure.
Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
Wow, maybe, because now I have no control over this.
Possibility of the new path before him.
Yeah.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Beat the game. Well, I guess we beat the game, guys. Oh, wow. I really wanted to go back to that platform at the top just to see what would happen, but I feel like it probably would have just restarted us because we're not meant to see that just yet. So honestly, I have no clue. Maybe we definitely beat it this time. I guess not. So what we will try to do is try to go to that platform, but I feel like it's going to be different again. So let's try this.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now, you guys remember what I said, that there's 19 different ways to beat this game.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, if we're going to go to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I'm going to try to get to that platform. It's probably going to restart us to the office again, but we'll see.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
We're going to go down, and it's going to take us to that platform. But like I said, I think they will put us back into that office or it might change. Who
But
knows?
Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go,
Yeah, this might not actually even be the way.
It's, left.
Not to copy out the game, but I think I actually took a wrong turn. But we'll see. Because we can't go this way. It's going to close the door.
No, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's
What was you thinking?
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
I tried to mimic the sound. Wasn't working. Oh my god, a truck! Where do I go? Yeah, yep. I got the right way.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to,
Yeah, we was just here. We was down there.
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
I hope we really didn't just go completely back, because I guarantee that probably is a little failure there. No, because I don't even remember how I did all that with the balloons and stuff. I mean, I do remember, but I don't.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket's gone. I can go through. But one thing I do notice now is that this drawer is open. So maybe it will be different. And
when Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Alright, yeah, because we're going to go right. We're going to make a left. Good gosh. Yep. I'd be lost. I'd be completely lost. Well, that's the way into this way. Well, we'll make a left like you wanted.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
I mean, yeah, you took my balloons away, freaking loser. You took me balloons away. And the bucket. The bucket was my friend.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
One thing I noticed. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Yeah, let's go back. Let's see if we missed anything. Yeah, because this is definitely... I think I screwed up, guys. I think things were going well. I think things actually progressed. Things were finally different in the game. But we are now back to this part. I think we got to figure out how to get back to those balloons again.
Something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Hey, I win! Yay!
Really paid
I
off.
win!
Good job.
I win!
Oh, no.
We've already done this in the first video, but like I said, I think I messed up.
Some people win fair and...
Honestly, like I said, I think I messed up, but it still says the sequel is now paused. But then again, this is a sequel game. Maybe I just unlocked that part of the game. Who knows? I don't know.
Square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Yeah. Well, now we gotta follow the line again.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
We're going to turn the music down because I have no idea whether it's going to be copyrighted or not. So yeah, we're going to turn down that music. Sorry, folks. To look out for myself. We just get this weird, creepy quietness. Now, I let it play in the first video, but that was, again, the first video. And I don't know if that was the video I deleted that I had to delete. What the heck was that? Okay, we're gonna go this way. To the door.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
Look at that fern. Now, we did look at the fern. This time, look at it.
Later in the story.
Bro, it really was, because in the last video that we did, it was completely different. Now, it was seriously different, because went to his room, there's pictures of the fern, there was only two, and it's because I looked at it like this, I looked at it like this. So,
you won't want to miss anything.
We're gonna, hopefully, maybe there'll be different angles of it this time in the room. Zigzag.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Nope. Gosh, good golly, Miss Molly.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Restart over restart. Okay, guys, I think this is going to be all I'm going to have for you guys till Stanley Parable 2 Adventure Line. Okay, well, yeah, we're going to cut it off here, and I'll bring back more of these tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Halen's Entertainment. Bye-bye.